Knowing what not to do is just as valuable as knowing what to do. It's a mistake. That's a mistake. Take it out. It is a huge mistake. Well, today I'm going to teach you how to avoid all of that. What you can do, the right things to do, as opposed to the mistakes that many of us often make. You ready to get started? Let's do it. Mistake number one. A lack of pre-planning. I think it's a mistake to wait until November to start thinking about or even maybe pre-purchasing some of the things that you're going to need. You know why I say that? It's funny. I just filmed the introduction to this video literally 10 minutes ago. And in between that and right now, I got a delivery from Amber Marine Company. They brought a few more things that are on my list. And the guys were telling me that all of the angels are gone. So if you've not purchased your acrylic angel and it's something you wanted, that right there was a mistake, because they said that since last week when I did my unboxing video and I mentioned they only had like 30 some angels left, by the next morning they were all gone. So planning in advance, when you see something, if you can afford to do it, especially your investment pieces, it really pays to plan in advance, and that's something that I do every single year, and I think it through, and I would highly recommend you do that. And I see that as a mistake, because what you end up with is just sort of a free-for-all. Mistake number two, too late. When I first started on YouTube, I used to get in so much verbal abuse in comments from people because I would upload my videos the first week in November, and people were like, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. They don't realize that obviously it's just like television. They film 6 months in advance to bring out what they do when they do. Well, I have to film in advance too. So my house is decorated super early, and I have learned something from that. Do I recommend you start when I do, the first week in September? Absolutely not. That's just what I do. But I would recommend that you start maybe the 1st of November. Here's why. By having your house decorated early, it takes all of that stress and pressure off of you. It gives you more time to decorate and do it well, to exercise the different tips that you're getting from my videos. It gives you time to do that. It gives you time to order things in advance or purchase them in stores. You know, once the stuff comes out, it gets sold very quickly. So starting early will do more for you than you can imagine. It will cause you to enjoy the holidays and be able to spend your very precious time with your family and your friends during the month of December. Mistake number three, too much stuff. I actually have a video out. If you've seen it, leave a thumbs up or let me know in the comments below. So many people loved that video because they could relate to it. Here's the thing, with Christmas decorating, you need to eliminate before you decorate. I actually take out all of my fresh plants in my trees. I take down art pieces in case I have, you know, Christmas art that's going up. I eliminate the accessories and the decorations that I have up year round so that I make room for my Christmas decorations. When you see my house tour, what is very subtle and you probably don't see, all you see is everything looks like there's a place for it, and it doesn't feel junky, does it? It doesn't feel overwhelming or like there's just stuff everywhere. Trust me, my friend, if you have a ficus tree or a fiddle leaf fig tree in the same room that you have your Christmas tree, that's a mistake. Take it out. Mistake number four, out of the package decorating. Here's what happened. I was at the hairdresser's last year, and I think it was in December, and two girls came in, and they had been, I think, to Hobby Lobby, and or Target or something, and they had picked up wreaths, and they were gonna decorate the salon. So they hung these wreaths in the windows. So I'm looking at these wreaths. They take the little cardboard part off the top where it was hanging, and they literally just stick it in the window, just like that. They did nothing to it. Guys, it is a huge mistake to not fluff and embellish your decorations. If you get something that's ready-made, you go to Costco and they have beautiful wreaths. You know, you can embellish it. You can add picks and sprays to a wreath to make it something unique and special and custom and not looking like everybody else who bought theirs at Costco. Well, what about Christmas trees? You take it out of the box and it's like, it does not look like a beautiful Christmas tree like we see in my videos or we see in the ads and on television. And that's because you need to take each one of those branches and hand pull them out. We call it fluffing. It takes it from looking like a shriveled up prune to looking like a grape, so to speak. Mistake number 5, too dim. What does that mean? You're like, well, I have Christmas lights in my tree and here's the thing. I have yet to see a Christmas tree arrive in a store, at market, or even in my own home that didn't need another set of lights added. It just does. Now, it might look okay when you take it out of the box and you fluff it and there it is with the lights. But when you put all of your Christmas decorations on your tree, the whole thing just kind of goes. So I find that running a string of lights, and personally, I like to use the mini lights, or you can get LED lights. There's also these kinds of lights. These are called cluster lights, and they're from Amber Marie & Company. They sell them. So this is 10 feet, and in 10 feet, it's 300 lights. So honestly, this thing of lights, you could start, if you have a 9-foot tree or anything shorter, even a 10-foot tree, you could start this at the very tip top of the tree and run this down the center. It's a nice warm, and this is what I love, is the incandescent look. It's like candlelight. So I bought garland this year. It's available at Amber Marie, and it's 6 feet long, and it's beautiful garland, but it came unlit. Always add lights. Okay, there are exceptions. This year on my fireplace mantle, I have the most gorgeous, exuberant, beautiful garland that I put on my fireplace. It's the most beautiful one I've ever done. But the entire theme and the scene above my fireplace and what I added on either side, which you'll see on November 1st at 2 o'clock Central, is so gorgeous. I'm not lighting my garland. Can you believe that? But by and large, not to light your things, even if it's already lit, add additional lights. That's a mistake if you don't do it, in my never to be humble opinion. Mistake number 6, haphazard. It's a mistake to have a haphazard look where your house and your decorations are not cohesive. What do I mean by that? Let's say your tree is flocked, but then on your staircase you use just green, either spruce or whatever, the juniper garlands, but your tree is white. So let's say you do that. Having green stuff here and white stuff there lacks continuity in your design and as far as flow is concerned. Here's a way that you can avoid this mistake of having a flocked tree and a green garland on your staircase or fireplace. Get yourself flocked picks. You can add flocked picks into a green garland or vice versa. Let's say all your wreaths and your garlands are flocked, but your tree is green. You can add flocked picks to a green tree and you can cross that border. Does that make sense? What's haphazard is when this is so distinctly green and this is so distinctly snowy and flocked. Try not to do that because in my opinion, it's a mistake and it lacks class, flow, and continuity. Mistake number 7. Same old, same old. I think it's a mistake to bring out the same decorations every year and put them in the same exact locations. If you don't want to buy new things and add to them, you hopefully you know by now that my philosophy is to add like 20% of your decorations each year, and that keeps you continually feeling fresh. But let's say you don't want to. At least change the locations where you put things. That way, there'll still be some freshness in your home when your family and friends come over. They'll still get the nostalgia that they're looking for. They still want to see the same nativity. They still want their stockings. You know, I mean, you can still hang those on the fireplace. Don't put them on the kitchen sink. That would be weird. But a lot of things could just be zhuzhed up and moved around. That alone would make a huge difference. Take my acrylic angel. She's been everywhere. Same thing, but used in many locations. Mistake number 8, no clear direction. Now, I'm gonna just preface this with, I don't want to step on any toes. There is likely to be a number of people watching this video right now who have followed me for years and love my design and love what I do, and I am not dissing you. It's just, in my opinion, when it comes to home decor that flows and looks like it goes with the architecture of your house and it's comfortable and warm and inviting, that's what I do. Okay, that's my own personal opinion. Your personal opinion will probably be quite different than mine, but we still love each other, right? Okay, so here's number 8. Having no clear direction. Where there is not a theme that's carried throughout your house, you might be one of those people who decorates each room completely differently. Personally, that would absolutely exhaust me. Not putting it up, but just living with it. But that's me, that's my your personality probably loves going from room to room and seeing the pink gumdrop tree, and then in the other room, the Barbie tree, and then the dog tree, and then the angel tree, and then the nativity tree, and then the queen tree. I mean, you've got all kinds. I know there are people who write me comments at Christmas time, and I love you guys, I love you, that say, oh, I decorate 27 trees in my home, or I have 35 trees in my home. And I'm like, whoa. And you know what? I'm sure it's cool. It's kind of like going to an amusement park. It's just not the way I want to live, but it's your thing, and every year you do it. So it's kind of like I thought twice about, should I include this in the mistakes? For the average person who doesn't want to decorate 27 trees, you just want the normal amount of decorations in your home, I think it's a mistake to have completely different looks and themes and colors in your home. However, this year, I have kind of done that. Half of my house is one theme and the other half is a different theme. But I have a few connecting factors. There is a ball and an ornament that goes in both locations that I'm hoping kind of bridges the gap. I make exceptions for myself. You should make exceptions for yourself. I'm sharing with you my opinion. That's really what it is. It's not necessarily a mistake. It's just my opinion. Are we good? Are we still friends? Because you know I love you. Okay. Mistake number 9, everything in one corner. If you can, now I realize a lot of people live in small apartments, small condos, and they don't have a lot of options as to where they put their Christmas tree. I would try to avoid putting the Christmas tree right next to the fireplace. You understand what I'm saying? If you can spread out your decorations in your room or in your space or even throughout your house, you can then enjoy a little piece of happiness and magic along the way throughout the day. But if everything is in one corner, there's your tree and it's all lit up, and there's your garland on your mantle and it's all lit up, and it's all right in that corner, and the rest of the house looks like, Dieffenbachia in macrame hanging plants. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to one of the earlier mistakes, but kind of spreading out and creating a sense of flow in your decorations and how you do your home, I think makes a huge difference. Mistake number 10, buying all new in 1 year. This is a story that one of my employees told me a few years back, where her mother had used the same decorations year after year after year, and 1 year she decided she was just tired of it. She got rid of everything and bought all brand new in 1 year. She said it was such a disappointment that year. All the kids were so used to seeing the same decorations. And that's why the nostalgia thing and the memories and the connection to childhood is such a valuable and magical thing at Christmas. So you want to keep the things that the kids have grown up with, but just continue to add to them. What she did was she got rid of everything, went out and bought all brand new in a completely random color. I think she said it was a green tree with purple ornaments. The mistake is not purchasing and adding to your collection, because you can do that affordably over time. The deal is that you need to look at Christmas decorations as an investment. I take very good care, by the way, mark your calendars, the first week in January, I will be posting, I've already filmed the video, how to put your decorations away at Christmas time. I do it in such a way that I am treating my decorations as investments. Before I close out this video, I want to say one last thing. Remember to share your home for the holidays. If you do take the time, you start early with your decorating and you implement many of the things that I've been sharing with you, you're going to want to open your home up to your friends and family. You're going to be proud. You're going to feel confident in having people over to your home and enjoying this very magical, wonderful, incredible season of the year that so many of us love and look forward to. I hope that this has been helpful for you, that you're able to look at it and go, ooh, I do that, or hey, you know, pat on the back. That is not the back. Pat on the back. I don't make that mistake. You know what? Like I said in the beginning, sometimes knowing what not to do is as important as knowing what to do. My videos that are going to continue to come out are going to tell you exactly what to do, and we're going to demonstrate for you how to decorate your home in such a way that you love it. Thank you for joining me today and watching. Remember that on November 1st at 2 o'clock Central, my all-house tour is coming out, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I think it's the best design, theme, color scheme that I've ever done in all of my years of decorating for Christmas, which have been many, right? I'm in a later season than some of you. I know that you guys, many of you watch this because you love Christmas. I do too. So let's make the most of it, shall we? All right, don't make those mistakes. And I'll see you guys at my next video. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.